Time may have passed, but monsters are immortal. Welcome, everyone, to the techno-goth-punk nightmare that is 1994 in Monster, the Ravaging. My name is Philip, and I am your storyteller, and I am joined, nay, terrorized, by three true creatures of the dark. Say, to believe in terror is to give power to the thing that you think scares you, when the true scare is what is the emptiness inside of you, players.
Yo.
There we go. That's good.
Nope.
The joke of this one is I say something
I-
almost unrepeatable.
I had it, and then the moment I went to open my mouth, it was gone. Every single word of it just gone. I was like, okay, I got it.
Monsters will roar in 1994. Brandon, you're right.
I like that.
Well, welcome everyone. I know we've been off, I guess, 2 weeks. It's been since we last played this.
It's been 2 weeks?
Unless it's been 3. I think it's been 2.
I thought it was only last week, but all right.
Well, yeah, so it's been 2 weeks since we played. Since we took one off. Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
In any event, it's good to see you all again. This is our first game back also, basically. Like, we haven't had any games for the past couple weeks, so wonderful to see you all. We really have to find out what's going on with these monsters, because last game, there was such a break in the case. The likes of which you would not believe. Also, I'll just show off that among the things, we got this cool kind of like arcade button D2 coin. That was the capstone one. Also, this like high score, game over kind of arcade, your score 5 die. There you go. So anyway, got those, but this is a game only of D10s. So I mean, come on. We don't need those dice here. All we need are D10s. Because this is a... You guys remember how this game works, by the way? Anybody remember the mechanics of this one? You roll pools of D10s.
I don't remember.
Yep. I'm saying that real quick. You roll pools of D10s. You're looking for 8s, 9s, and 10s. But also you have to... Does anyone have any rage right now? That's a good question to ask.
I thought this was the Rochambeau game. Is that
Oh,
how this
no.
was played?
That's not a bad one. But no, not
I
this
have
one.
no rage, but I am also realizing I have no dice here. So I'm going to figure that out real quick.
Oh, okay. Well...
I have no rage, nor have I ever had.
That's true.
Oh,
I think
rage.
you've always managed to buy your way out of rage or just avoid taking it, rolling well in the beginning.
The Countess
got one
is
rage.
very, very collected.
She keeps it cool. Well, Truman, you with your 1 rage, that does give you a bonus to all rolls. But with the caveat that a 1 or a 10 on said bonus comes with trouble. And I feel like you guys almost never roll the 10 on those. You always roll the 1 on those rage dice. And that's why we have multiple getting blown up in a single go.
I did roll it. I did roll the 10 once. And
Oh,
that
that's
was,
right, you-
worse than the failures.
Yeah. Arguably.
Yeah,
You didn't get blown up, though.
I did too. I think that's when I first blew up. I think I rolled a 10 on one of those dice, so...
I rolled. That's when I ripped off someone's head out in the right on the street outside of our.
Yeah, that was
building.
rad. What are you talking about worse than the ones? That was awesome. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in this game, which is mainly this is just the quest of the Empire Menagerie to find out what really happened in Madrid. But more than that, it is these New York City monsters trying to prevent the ravaging that has already shaken their territory from happening again. They know that the Under Menagerie is up to something, or at least one of its agents, Lazareth, is causing some trouble, but they do not know the precise details of how they're being played. Lazareth, upon finding out some of the details of their events here, actually told them, I'm not going to hold you all accountable for this. I'm going to let you off the hook and I'll handle this. But the monster said, no, we will finish it ourselves, because Lazareth, I'm just telling you this because we might have forgotten this over the past however many sessions, Lazareth is calling in some specialists. So you basically have until sunrise when the specialists will get here and they will try to take things over. You, however, did manage to track down the source of the ravaging, whom you met in Queens and discovered was Dr. F, as in Dr. Faust, the one who founded the Under Menagerie, who then escaped in Truman's helicopter after Truman assumed he was on his side, because Truman felt, rather than get the guy out, he had to go after Luca. So it was really kind of 1-2 punch of unfortunate. You trusted someone, you went after someone, you got blown up multiple times because Johnny tried to throw a octopus, but he got pulled along with it. The point being,
She strapped a claymore to my chest and shot me in it.
oh, that wasn't a claymore, that was just C4. Come on. The claymore was behind. You're making a bigger deal out of this than it was. So at that point, Truman's woes grew even deeper, because Johnny knew there was only one person they could turn to get more details on their foe. And that's when they went and spoke to Ethan Langelo, which was a guest player in the form of Andrew, who was another Andrew character. And Ethan,
what a dick,
spelled with a Y. That is literally literally in the recap. That's all on its own line. Truman letters. What is it? That's because Andrew described his character as massive build, leather duster blowing in the wind, numerous silver facial piercings, very pale, something enigmatic, unreadable, unknowable, unthinkable, and that caused Jed/Truman to say, "What a dick." So you went in there. In Ethan's, and Johnny, you told your pilot Legac.
I stand by that statement.
I understand. So right now, Legac, in your helicopter, Johnny, went off to continue patrolling. So that means the only helicopter that you have, because currently Gaius, he's off elsewhere, is the Countess's helicopter. That's 3 monsters in 1 helicopter. That's bad numbers. The point being, you went in to the office lit only by black light. And you kind of needed to know what was going on. There was a lot of controversy between Truman and Ethan, and Truman wanting to know. Ethan thought he was a hacker, but he isn't even a hacker. He just knows better hackers in Prague, which is just, insult to injury. Truman, you took more rage just over Ethan being so irritating.
I did.
But you basically then, and Ethan also managed to, rather than just tell you the information, he had to show you a piece of video art he made about it. And then he tried to secretly slip a CD to Johnny, but everyone saw it. So instead, Johnny just sat there with a Discman from Japan and listened to it. But it was a lot of Ethan just doing some other talks of stuff, which was kind of weird. So eventually, from that, you guys have sort of deduced a few important key things. One is that Dr. Faust, the founder of the Empire Menagerie, and therefore kind of your whole organization governing body, he is a unique kind of lineage. That of a devil, a demon, a fiend. In addition, what Johnny learned from sort of this information broker's very weirdly recorded CD that he just had already is that, unlike any other monster, Dr. Faust is a human who has struck a deal with a devil named Mephistopheles. So while you're not exactly sure what you are you reincarnated monsters? Are you monsters of your memory wiped? Oh, you don't know, and the darkness of that keeps you up at night. How can you possibly understand so much angst? The point is, Dr. Faust, for good or ill, is different. He is not showing you his true nature. He's letting a devil take control. When he ravages, it is a power on a level you are not familiar with. So anyway, Jimmy Bags was going to bring Ethan some money. You guys made jokes about the devil going down to the chocolate menagerie in Atlanta, and Ethan gave you guys one final bit of advice for your next move. Because though you have ways of maybe finding where this guy is, you can try to find him. You can certainly track Truman's helicopter. Not that he probably stayed in it for very long. Truman sent him to a safe house. We assume he didn't go there. But there are some who consort with devils all the time. That's witches. And you know there is one true European witch on the loose in your territory right now. A name that the Countess has already found out for you, thanks to her previous trip to Peter Luger's steakhouse in Brooklyn.
That's right. So stupid.
This witch's name, she hasn't met this witch, she ran, but she met someone who was at that rave. The witch's name is Bianca.
Bianca.
Bianca Yeager.
And Bianca has just become someone you very much would like to speak with. So as you pile into Truman's helicopter, which now has as you pile into the Countess's helicopter, which has the three of you, plus the Countess's pilot. I don't think we've ever heard the Countess's pilot's name. We have Harrison Franklin Legac. Legac, it's a French Canadian. But we all, and also Deputy Fraser is in there, unless you're gonna.
His name is Captain Bill Bluster.
William Bluster. Perfect.
Captain William Bluster.
All right. Yeah, he goes by Bill. Billy Blust. Yeah, Billy Bluster. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So Bill Bluster is at the controls. Deputy Fraser will get in. It's gonna be tight, but it's fine. He's very handsome, so it's okay.
That he is.
But you now need to find a witch in a city. And there are witches in New York, but you're looking for, and I suppose also that's a good point. We kind of left with you need that powerful witch. You guys could choose to go to some local witches. You know, you could go to like the real witch wives of New York. And Anna could help me with, the exact. I'm sure she's already doing she's doing an impression of one of them. But if there's if there's some Bethany Frankel riff we gotta go on, we can attempt that. Or
I love it.
You could go towards local witches, you could go back to Queens and find the witches of Flushing. But you could alternately, or Staten Island witches. What's Staten Island? The point is, you could do that, or you could go after Bianca.
New York City.
Well, sure. Yeah. Or you could go after Bianca, who is a known witch who also has encountered the same figure you have tonight. So
our options are the Witches of Flushing, My Cousin Witchy, or
My Cousin Witchy is good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Bianca.
Yeah.
I feel like we should look in the most obvious place, and that is where the witches of the Upper East Side like to have lunch.
Where's that?
I don't know.
I was ready for a pun so hard. I was ready for a joke.
That's all I had.
I was going through famous restaurants of this is something rhyme with cauldron. Can we just? Okay, gotcha.
They go to the Rainbow Room.
Perfect.
The Russian tea room. That's where it is. The Russian tea room.
Oh,
probably is.
What was I
This is
thinking?
pretty good. That's pretty
Especially
good.
Bianca. Somebody there will know her where she is. I'm sure.
All right, so the Countess suggests you go to you. In other words, Countess, just to understand, your plan is to still seek Bianca specifically, but you're going to go to standard witch hangouts in New York to sort of ask them for guidance to this person. Okay, understood.
Where they meet, they have their coven meetings.
Okay, understood.
Bless you, Jed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Johnny and Truman. Any other?
Truman's still pretty fucked up from hanging out with that.
Yeah,
that
is there
dick.
anything we can do to help cure him on this helicopter ride?
Oh, you know what might help? Ethan did give me a mix CD for the trip. I'm sure we could just pop that in.
I don't want anything to do with. I don't want anything to do with Ethan. Thank you.
It can't all be weird conspiracy stuff, right?
Is
some
there?
of it is. Some of it just has to be some weird frog.
You were
rock,
there
right?
in the room with him. you know, very likely could be all conspiracy.
You're the
theories.
only one who had to listen to it. You're the only one who was exposed to the Ethan Langelo experience.
Everybody's always in
The
denial about
Michelangelo
that guy.
project.
Oh my god.
Is there like a Radio Shack we can stop by real quick, just so I can, decompress
Well,
a little bit?
Ethan said there weren't any around this area.
Oh, so don't trust anything he says. I need to get a new tablet. I need to get a new work product.
There might be a Circuit City nearby.
Isn't my hideout on the way? Or like sort of on the way?
If you would like to go to your hideout first, you certainly can do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right. So, so you'll first stop. Countess, is that cool? I guess you give the orders to Bill Bluster.
Yeah.
All right. So Bill Bluster will sort of, kind of huff and puff, and then we'll take you in a helicopter. Full helicopter, Johnny hanging out the side. And with that, we land Truman at your own hideout, which, if you'd like to describe it, where is it? Is it the Metropolitan Opera?
Okay. In like Home Alone 2, where like the bird lady and Kevin just watch the symphony from like up above the rafters.
That's so weird. God, that's so weird that they do that.
That's just where Truman's hanging out.
Well, I wasn't going to suggest that, but now that you bring that to my attention,
I feel like,
yes, of course, is at the Metropolitan Opera
I feel like
House.
you're either there or in Belvedere Castle in Central Park. You're one or the other.
God, I'm not nearly as informed about what's it called, New York City
I understand.
structure. Yeah, but I think we.
It's an opera house. Come on. We know who you are.
Yeah, we're going there.
All right, cool.
Absolutely, we're going there.
Then we will.
Belvedere Castle's pretty good though, actually. Yeah. But yes, let's go to the Opera House.
Well, we'll have something happen there at some point. All right, so you guys will head to the Opera House.
Guggenheim.
So as you guys, helicopter flies, because this game's about nothing but helicopters. And as the coolest 90s techno music plays, and you fly to the opera, it begins, as often happens with Truman, to be intermixed with beautiful opera arias and kind of, that sort of, it's so cool, and each one of you has this emotional feeling of like, we're so ancient and old, and we're mixing cool new punk stuff with ancient, beautiful, old world high art. Angst. Anyway.
So it's exactly the fight scene / opera scene in Fifth Element.
I mean, minus aliens, but pretty much. That's the spirit of it. Maybe they'll be that should be one of the things. Aliens should actually be one of the lineages you can have. So.
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, the Countess feels a lot of feelings, but if anybody were to ask her, she would say whatever.
I think Deputy Fraser, a single tear, will roll down the eyes.
All right, so as we get close, Truman touches his mask and sends a quick signal, RFI signal to the roof of the Opera House, and like it parts just a little bit to get a nice helicopter landing pad, and you see there's like an elevator door kind of pops up out of the ground too.
Sure.
And it slides open right as we land on it.
I love it. So in other words, whoa, and that's what they have a whole fly system there, so clearly that's what it's mainly for, is helicopter roof shenanigans. So yes, as you land there, Truman, you can. We don't have to role play all of this because, quite frankly, there's no one in there for you to role play with. But I assume you're just going to go down and get yet another PDA, and maybe do a little bit of logging on to some systems.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll hop out, go through the elevator doors. The rest can follow me if they like to. But once
I'll follow you down because I'll need a fax
Yeah, and
machine.
I'm gonna follow you, and immediately I will smoke inside. but I'll purposefully wait until I get inside to let
It's the
myself in.
90s. That's the only way to
Yeah.
do it.
It's
Mhm.
totally fine. Don't even worry about it. So as we go down, you guys can hear the sounds switch, and so now we just hear what's actually happening on stage as we go down. And like there's the doors. It's definitely like a metal grate elevator door, right? So there's no
Yes.
like hard panel.
Yeah.
And so you can see curtains that are like blocking our view, everybody else's view of us, but we can slightly see through it, so you can kind of see an opera playing as we go through. And of course, if you're on the opera side, you just see these little wisps of smoke passing down a curtain as the countess smokes. But we end up going underneath the opera house into my
Nice.
dungeon lair, where everything's candle lit. I mean, they're not candles anymore. We've upgraded, but they all look like candles in candlelight.
Yes.
You know, but it's
They're
mostly
those-
like LED kind
They're,
of things.
well, it's probably the incandescent bulb ones, because I remember in like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Christmas pageant from the
Yes.
90s
Yes,
when you
it
had
is.
these like plastic cylinders and you'd twist them, and that's how the little light would turn on for the fake candles. Oh my
100%,
god,
100%.
90s was something else, you guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as you get in there. Also, side note, this really is a world where New York is a city that never sleeps, because they have to do 3 a.m. operas. There's that much demand. So anyway, as you go through and hear that, you guys make it to the sort of the kind of the dungeons and catacombs below. Truman, what is it you're trying to do, sort of tech-wise here?
All right. I suppose I don't even know what I should be looking for. I'm so thrown off by the whole shenanigans that have happened. But there's you'll see on the far side the organ, like the pipes from the organ upstairs, they kind of extend down, and there's a whole nother organ player there that I will sometimes play on. But I come and I press 2 keys, and you hear a sound, and then all of that kind of moves, and you got like 3 massive screens come out, huge keyboard, like 3 keyboards come around. It becomes like my Batcave area, and yeah. So I start typing in some stuff. Basically, I'm ordering another of the prototype tablets to be produced and made, which shouldn't take too long.
No, I
'cause,
think
you know.
you can even. I think you can have another backup
Well,
here.
what I figured I'd have to do is get my original prototype.
Oh, okay.
And, pull that out
In the
which is just
interim,
a
oh
little bit-
wow, that's a little
just
bigger.
a little bit bigger,
Little bit bigger
Yeah.
than that's
Little-
pretty rough.
a little bit more unwieldy.
Yep. Thank goodness
yeah,
there's
a lot of-
thank goodness there's so much room in the helicopter.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So it has a back strap, so I can at least wear it as I'm walking around.
It's like a Ninja Turtle.
God.
All right, so Truman, what is it? If you're going to do any, are you going to jump into the tech? Are you gonna do any searches right now, or is this really just like a supply?
I just wanted it. It's just a
Understood.
brief supply run. I don't have
Perfect.
any idea if anybody can think of something I should be looking for, but like his brain is a little fried from all the action in Ethan.
So is the rest
I
of
know
your
that
body.
I know that there's
Yeah.
a lot of like, just monster fans on like bulletin boards on the internet. You think there's the same thing for witches?
Yeah, I believe there is.
Boards about witches?
Let me see if I can't hack into some witch sites and figure out where they might be coalescing or gathering or news info, etc., etc., etc.
Also, do you have a fax, Truman?
Duh.
I mean, yeah. What do you need? Facts.
I need to send a fax to Jimmy Bags, so he knows where he needs to take the money to.
And
Understood.
I'm gonna borrow your landline and call Rodrigo and get us a reservation at the Russian tea room.
I don't have a landline.
What?
Yeah, I don't use landline. Here, and he hands her his tablet. You can call him on this.
You're gonna get absolutely no service under the opera house.
No, come on. I got a thing on the roof. I got connections.
All right,
somewhere.
that's fair. Yeah.
I remember having.
I take this thing and I try to put it
I
to
remember
my
having
ear.
an antenna extender I could
God.
plug into the back of my Nokia brick phone
Oh man.
that I would have to like hold
Yeah.
out my window.
Yeah.
Whew.
So I'm just gonna write. All it's gonna say is it's just gonna have like $2 and say Ethan on it.
Okay.
And that's all. I'll just fax it to him.
I'm sure Jimmy Bags understands that. All right. So Countess, you're gonna call and get a reservation there.
Mhm.
Sounds good. That's easily done for you. Rodrigo can get you a reservation anywhere. Truman, is there any you want to go on? You want to look on some witch boards? Witch boards?
Yeah. Which
we don't have to.
Which boards?
We really don't have to do it for that long, but I guess we had to do it once. Go ahead and make a tech and let's do an intelligence and tech. It's 8 dice, but 9 for you. 1 is a rage. Boy, now would be a great time to roll a 1 on your rage die.
No luck on that.
Good. Honestly, we don't need another red herring.
No.
I got 3 successes.
Nice. And and that included your free re-roll of all your
It did not.
Oh wait, yeah.
Let's try that again.
You can re-roll basically 5 of them.
I remember. It did include that.
Gotcha. All right, so with 3 successes, that's pretty good. Yes, you definitely, the Countess's intel seems good. That the Russian tea room is a place where a lot of kind of like the Manhattan witches hang out there. That being said, you do see some chatter that there is another place in Manhattan that witches sometimes congregate, especially when they're sort of not so much trying to lay low, but when they might need very specific things. They have another kind of like, they have an area sort of, witches often use a lot of nature magic. So in Central Park, there's a place called the Tavern on the Green.
You didn't say downtown.
So in it's a Tavern on the Green. It's a place that the witches sometimes go.
The Tavern on the Green is a lovely location. That would make sense.
Yeah, it's in nature. Connect to the Wiccan spirit or whatever. So,
all right,
you certainly
We've got 2 locations.
Yeah.
I don't know which one you guys want to hit up first, but got 2 solid locations to try. Countess, your info is solid.
Let's go to Tavern on the Green if we think that's the most viable spot. I want everyone to know I'm not participating in a coven circle.
Well, none of us are gonna do that.
None of us would be.
They'll try to convince you.
Well, I guess we'll have to be. He pulls out his guns, more convincing.
Oh, I was gonna make a break the circle joke, but that's like 6 years from now, I think, when that album comes out. Anyway,
It's still nighttime, right?
forever.
It's always nighttime in this world.
I mean, it's not always, but like as far as we're concerned,
Okay,
this
great.
game takes place in the night.
Okay.
All right, so you are heading.
Let's
Go ahead,
go-
Johnny.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna let's go.
All right. Then.
Yeah, let's go smash some pumpkins.
All right. So as you guys,
I'm so sorry. I'll see. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
All right, as we start.
as
all
you
right.
guys,
He's
You're
a
not thinking
prodigy.
clearly.
yeah, as you fly to Central Park, landing on, I suppose, the green,
Shit.
and you will head to, you can get to Tavern on the Green without any issue. Now, Tavern on the Green, of course, is a place where many just normal humans go, but there is an area, a section of it, especially in the night, where the witches tend to hang out. And as you all approach, because you are specifically looking for them, I would actually like each one of you to roll a resolve
Resolve.
and perception. Pair your resolve and your perception if you got it.
How did? Hold on.
I think that's 4 dice for you. Truman, that's 5 for you. And it is who? It's 7
Oh, it's
for
five-
Johnny,
it's
right?
5 for me.
5.
5
Look
successes?
Yes, sir.
We love it. All right. Oh, it's 5 for you. Perfect. Yeah.
2 for me.
2 for you.
A lot of
1
9.
success for me.
1 success. Countess, you're a little bit distracted probably by just some beautiful people in Tavern of the Green. Some people you're like, oh, whoa, oh, look, here's an artist. You get distracted. Johnny, you, however, can sort of sense that there is some kind of glamour going on. But Truman, you see through the glamour. Johnny, you see through it faintly, Something is obscured, but you can tell there's an area where there are some witches. But Truman, you see straight through it. You are so determined, so angry, you have such resolve that you manage to spot an area where there are several very, very cool men and women with some real fishnet sleeve action going on. Some pentagram necklaces and earrings. More black nail polish than a stick could be shaken at. The witches are hanging out on their hidden kind of outdoor patio at the Tavern on the Green. For when most people look at it, they just see more plants. Maybe have an odd sensation, but you know that they're in their hidden area here, near a copse of trees that you can actually, I'm going to say even with your 5, you can tell that this is a magical space here in the middle of New York City.
Little green day over there.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Guys, it's working on all cylinders right now.
They're hanging out in the black hole sun.
I have to be honest. The Countess is
Too bad.
distracted.
No, oh, sorry.
I got your black hole son.
Where were you?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I didn't. Yes, I
It's a real oasis of a witch spot.
Yeah,
you know?
there's a sort of there's like a there's an even flow to the way that the okay. Yes, please, Countess.
Oasis definitely wasn't 94, right?
Yeah, Oasis, but actually, maybe though
It was.
it was literally 94.
Not their big hit. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Live Forever. It's
okay.
kind of before their big hits, but yeah.
When did Even Flow came out? I'm just worried how wrong I am. Oh no, that's early. Yeah, it's 91. I'm fine. Okay, cool. The point being, Countess, how are you distracted? What are you distracted by?
She realizes that the Dakota building is really close to where we are, and she's reminiscing about how she slept with both John Lennon and Yoko Ono before John was shot, and she's getting a little nostalgic.
Lost in the strawberry fields.
Man.
That's the
Juicy.
name after a part of Central Park.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Golly.
Yeah. So
Was that a double fantasy?
yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping. I will continue.
All right, fine. We'll go to biggest songs of 1994. It's happening. But in any case, as you all do this, Truman, you spot where the witch is. And not only that, you spot the magic in the sort of area that they have. You can tell that there's magic there. It is magic not of a monstrous nature. This is you're at their stronghold, but you also can tell that some of them have spotted you all and can see that you are monsters. So a couple of them are like, ooh, whoa, weird, looking over. But no one seems nervous.
Are they in the middle of a coven circle, or are they just chatting and hanging out?
You don't even see them at all, but what Truman sees is they are just like, they're just having like blood red wine. And some of them are flipping through, grimoires, and they're mainly just hanging out and chatting. They're not like in the middle of active witchery.
I'm sorry, you said they're having red wine?
Wait, that's way earlier than that, right?
It is, but
I mean,
I went
was
to a
still listening to
UB40
it.
concert in 1987. Okay,
That's fair.
when I was 14 years old.
Well, when did Ghost come out? That was when that song became popular again.
Did
Oh
it?
man. Oh, Ghost would have been out by now, I think. Ghost is like early, like
Yeah.
1990, right?
Oh my god.
It's 1990. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. 94 actually has a lot of has some good music.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff there.
94 was busy.
It's anyway. All right. So
Why you got me good with that one?
so
So
what
I
do you
see
do,
them,
Truman? You
right?
see them, yes. They see you. Johnny also sees where it is. Countess is just looking at the Dakota in the distance, and
Sage.
Big question. Can I see the witch that ran away from us before?
ooh, with 5 successes, I don't think I can have that. I don't think I can hide such a thing from you, even with glamours. You do, in fact, see Bianca. She is sitting at a table further in the back. There seems to be, with 5 successes, yeah, there seems to be like even an additional glamour. She's very close to that tree that is the source of the main power that you're sort of sensing. She is with a couple of other witches there. 2 women. And she's sort of sitting with them, but not really speaking to them. She does not notice you, however. She seems to be focused more on the tree.
Is her back to us?
Her back is not to you. She's probably more like almost like profile to where you're sort of standing.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to begin walking towards her. I'm going to, without looking at them, tell my companions what I see, where we're going, and that I see the witch that we're looking for in the back, but that there are plenty of others here, so we should be probably peaceful.
Okay. So, you sort of step into the area covered by the glamour. Johnny and Countess, you're going. Countess, interestingly, you actually set this up perfectly. Countess, you have no desire to go there. In fact, your mind is utterly turning to thoughts of John and Yoko. Of the, the Liverpool Menagerie that sort of, imbued the Beatles with their original power. There was an interesting kind of,
Oh, yes.
an interesting
yes.
vibe to that. I would like for you. Yeah, Anna, I'd like for you to do a composure roll.
Ooh,
And I
okay.
don't you can do composure with detect vibe. So that's 5 dice for you.
Okay, great.
They're
I got a
drinking brandy
10.
and red wine.
I got a 10 and a 9.
All right, so re-roll the 10.
No.
No. So Countess, with 2 successes, you really don't want to pay. You're so much more fixated on that, but you begin to have a sense that something is playing tricks on your mind. You begin to have a sensation that some clever magic is afoot. You don't know what's going on exactly, and your mind, and if you want to, you could just be like, who cares, and you could just continue thinking about, what Ringo really is.
No.
But
In this scenario, is the 5th beetle like the representative of the Under Menagerie that's just sort of supervising them, but not in the spotlight?
And Paul is dead.
oh, are you kidding? Yeah.
Well, Paul is undead.
Yeah. Oh, but he was.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So, the point being, Countess.
No, I don't like that. I don't want to be manipulated, so I will.
You sort of shake that off, and you kind of you could hear Truman talking, and you see him and Johnny seemingly just walking into some like woods nearby, but you still don't see the sort of whatever they're going to, but you know there is now magic afoot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with them. Follow them into the woods.
Okay. And by magic, I mean magic that is spelled with a CK. Because
Yeah,
witch
no
stuff.
doubt.
So, as you guys enter this sort of pass through this glamour, Johnny, you can see a little more clearly. Countess, interestingly, we'll let you re-roll your perception here in a little bit, but for now, you suddenly can see that there are forms around you. You can hear them speaking, but everything is very muted. Truman, you still see perfectly. Johnny, as you enter this, you now see clearly kind of what you had only seen shadowy. But as you step in, several of the nearby witches kind of pause and look at you all. One, yes, Johnny.
I was gonna start talking to them.
Okay, yeah. To your people or a witch?
To the witches.
Okay, sure. Yes, there's one who's like the nearest, kind of spots you all and seems.
I just say, we're not here for any sort of trouble. We just have some questions that we need answered for the benefit of everyone in the city.
Several of the witches are quiet. Truman, you see that even the Bianca back at the tree is now kind of paying attention to stuff going on, and she spots you all and seems very nervous.
I don't stop. I just keep walking.
You kind of
towards
keep
her.
walking towards her.
I might whisper something like, "Here comes the hot stepper," as I walk through, but yeah.
The witch who you said that to, Johnny. Actually, and Johnny, why don't you give me a charisma charm? That seems to be how you're doing it. You don't seem to be intimidating, so
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
or threatening. Yeah.
6. Okay, so that's a 9 and 2 10s. Hang
Ooh.
on.
Hey, 9 and 2 10s.
Nope. Both those 10s re-rolled to 1s. So
Great.
3 successes.
3 successes is good, Johnny. The witch there says, she'll kind of say, "Everyone heard that, right?" And you see, Johnny, kind of this little flash of green energy kind of near you and Countess and even Truman. Make a, because you're the only one who has any of it, give me a wits and a lore.
Wits and lore.
Wits and lore.
That's 3 dice. Let me get my dice roller up. No success. Actually, you know what? Hang on.
You can willpower.
Let me spend some willpower
Yeah.
to reroll that.
Spend or maybe don't, because if it doesn't work, you're fine.
But either I succeed or I didn't spend any willpower.
Exactly.
Great. Didn't spend any willpower.
Understood. Well, you're not quite sure what that means. But as a Truman kind of approaches, the other witches just kind of, you see witches seeming like very paying a lot of attention, but no one seems like super aggressive or contentious with you in this moment. Truman, you make it over to Bianca, who is sitting at that tree, looking very nervous, very kind of trepidatious as he sees you all approach, although you saw that little pop of green energy as well, and she seems calmed by that, or at least she's not like doing a runner or anything. And as you sort of approach her, you're there, Johnny and Countess are behind. Countess still kind of not quite seeing everything, but as she gets a little deeper in, it's kind of all resolving. What do you do, Truman?
I want to sit across from her and say, "We would like to talk with you."
She'll kind of pause for a moment and then say, I can speak with you, I suppose. That is, yeah, that will be okay for now.
I'll
Good.
with that I'll sit down at the table next to Truman. Just be like, so what's good here? Can we just order? Someone come by?
You want the food?
Sure. Never been here before. Might as well get something to eat.
Well, we have a
Might be
different
long conversation.
menu than what they have inside.
What's good?
Is Demon on it?
Demon. I think that's a little spicy. But, she kind of looks, and then someone approaches and says, a more local witch comes up and says, You sure you want what's on the menu here?
I'm sure.
Does,
No one asked you a question.
Does it suck? Because if it sucks, I don't want it. But if the food's good, I want the good food.
Oh. Well, we don't really serve food, but we got drinks, you know.
All right, drink me up.
She sets down two, like goblets that are like smoke coming out of them. Straight up witch's brew, baby.
And then Countess is going to sit down and say, "What? Nothing for a lady?"
You want some too? Psst, all right. And then you're also given a goblet of witch's brew.
I take it and I take a sip.
It tastes potent.
Wait, do we have taste as a skill in this game?
No, we
Like,
don't.
like
It would be
like strong alcohol potent, or like
Wait, can I use my heightened senses?
Johnny. You can, so Countess is taking a sip, and Countess, it definitely tastes alcoholic, but there is also like some other. Yeah, tell you what, Countess, you could do a perception as well.
Okay.
Why don't you do a perception? You know what? For anyone doing this, and Johnny, this only works in your favor. Yes, you could absolutely do a stiff of it first, but I think that this is going to be perception stamina.
Perception stamina. Okay.
So for
Okay,
Countess,
so
that is
5
5 dice for
altogether?
you. Yeah.
okay.
All right, let me get this. Oh.
Truman's pushing his drink off to the side.
Yeah.
Done. 1 success.
1 success. Countess, it is alcoholic and woody and thick. And yet you almost feel like nothing. I mean, like it's in your mouth, but it's already gone. It tastes strange, and then you can almost feel it like creeping down. You can feel its presence still. It's something very odd. It tastes kind of woody, and sort of a little sour, and but definitely with a kind of like that sort of ether, that kind of alcoholic kind of, Johnny,
Hang on,
how'd you do with your? Oh, you have 3 10s. He's re-rolling so many. Johnny's taking a deep roll.
Nothing on. Those exploded nothing. So 4 successes.
With 4 successes, Johnny, you take a deep whiff, and you smell magic. Also, both of you with some degree. Well, actually, Countess, you might make a bit of a face, but you don't cough or anything. Johnny, you managed to not cough after like fully inhaling it, but like it smells like a promise made at midnight, to use Andrew terminology. It smells old. It seems like a very old and ancient brew. You're probably also picking up some like notes of like wintergreen that maybe the Countess didn't quite have as she just drank it.
Oh, yeah.
Countess is doing that thing where she's like, you get a hair,
and
like
it's
a fiber.
Yeah. It also there's definitely some of that in there. And Johnny, but it smells strongly of magic.
Let's take like a big whiff, and given your Andrew expression, let's go. Yeah, I remember her.
You drink?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Truman does not. As you guys drink, Truman, I will say that just watching this, Bianca, just like eyes go up, like she seems very surprised.
So,
After the night we've
Bianca.
had.
Yeah, as I said, my goblet down to Bianca. I just need to know what you know about devils.
Well, I mean, you'll have to be a little more specific, but I do know many things about devils. They are a source of great power, but to deal with them can be tricky, and what the witches and devils have in common is an understanding of contracts and agreements. They like to have theirs written down. Ours are more understood. Bonds, oaths sworn. But it's all about knowing the rules and knowing how to bend them.
How would you break someone's contract with the devil?
Oh, to break someone else's contract. Now that is more interesting. You would need one of them to void the contract one way or another.
Right.
So
Do you need to know the contract in order to void it?
you would need to know it. There are certain terms that are probably going to be in any contract. She seems to be like almost feeling a little more at ease and saying, now, just so I know, is this about, cause we found a monster earlier tonight at the little gathering we were at. And,
Unrelated.
Unrelated. Okay, cause that monster, I saw it get
Unrelated.
big and thing, and I don't know what that was, but well, Magnus, he had a lot of ideas, but I think he is not around anymore.
Indeed.
Does the name Mephistopheles mean anything to you?
Oh, Mephistopheles? yeah, that means a lot to me. All the witches are looking around like, whew. I mean, Mephistopheles is you talk about wait a minute, you're not trying to break a contract made by Mephistopheles, are you?
Why? Is that too difficult
Oh, it's
for someone like you to do?
Of course, it's there are a little devil, and there's the big devil, the Devilini, and the Devilo, and some of these Diablos are grande. So I don't. Yeah, you're not gonna break a contract that Mephistopheles wrote, but he doesn't write too many anymore.
Yeah, it's an old contract.
Well, that's gonna be hard to break.
How would we get in touch with him?
There's like whispers of like, what? You want to contact the devil like Mephistopheles?
What's his email?
His email. Oh, he probably is on the World Wide Web one place or another. Is very much his kind of place to be.
He has a Hotmail account, I imagine. Sorry.
Wait, really? He's on the World Wide Web?
I would imagine that that devils would be very happy to be.
Does he have a username?
This I do not know.
Do you know his email address?
Mephistopheles.
Try Mephistopheles at
There's
hotmail.com.
There's a lot of entries for that.
Hold on. General a D100 on Mephistopheles at hotmail.com.
19.
I mean, you're welcome to shoot an email to Mephistopheles at hotmail.com.
I would like to shoot an email to Mephistopheles at hotmail.com, at yahoo.com, at AOL.com.
Oh wait. Try one where the I's are ones and the threes are E's.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
I do all those variants, sure. I do a few capitalizations in different spots too. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Wait, try XXX Mephistopheles XXX.
Sure. I did a couple to Mephi 22 and Mephi 69.
Okay. What is this email that you're sending to all these variations? What does this say?
It says hello. Hello. I'm reaching out to whom it
To whom it may concern?
to whom it may concern. I'm reaching out to you in an effort to contact one greater demon by the name of Mephistopheles. If this is him, please reply, as we might have interest in a contract that you are familiar with.
Just sign it from all of us.
Signed, all of us.
Do you sign at the Empire Menagerie?
I will sign it the Menagerie.
Okay.
Leave it semi-vague.
And I know this is a weird thing. What email are you sending this from, Truman Graves?
Oh, that's a really good question.
It is. I felt good asking it.
It's shit. Let's see. Not my official business account. Probably not my Menagerie official account either.
At Menagerie, at EmpireMenagerie.net. Oh man.
I think that one's emnyc .net
Oh,
is
okay,
that
sure.
one.
Pretty strong.
But I think I will send it to a spoofed AOL account, or from a spoofed AOL account.
You're emailing him from your spam account.
I am. That's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna
ask you. In this case, yeah, you've got one in it. It's kind of fun. I'd like you to do a tech.
It's Gravy Boat at AOL.com.
Gravy Boat. Truman, give me a manipulation tech.
Okay.
Should be all of our initials followed by our birthdays.
Yeah. I like that we came all the way here, walked our way, saw through an illusion to get here, and we're just gonna email him.
You're just emailing the devil.
Yeah. Yeah. So what, man?
That's fine.
So what, man?
I will tell you, emailing the devil is a very 1994.
Really is 4. Okay.
Plot device.
Yeah, with 4 degrees of success and having rolled a 19. Okay, so you send this email as Bianca watches you, just like absolutely shocked. Well,
in
okay,
case that
so-
doesn't work, is there a more traditional way? I'm a
Well-
little more analog.
Yes, there is. You would, I mean, there are tomes, and I suppose, you could look at a summoning circle. You can try to bond, you bring it into your service. Now, Mephistopheles, he is not someone you're going to be able to capture in a circle like this, but you could try. But if you're trying to break someone else's contract, I don't know, unless it's in his interest, I don't know why he would do it.
What about just getting a conversation?
Well, you can try, but there are, like I said, there are devils we would not. I mean, I am a part, or until tonight was a part of a pretty strong coven. Magnus, he was as well. He was good at magic, you know.
So you understand our strength then in comparison.
Well, I do, but I mean,
Let me propose this for you then.
things got weird because that thing I got big, and then that lady, she started shooting, and that was sort of weird.
Yeah, agreed. Not our idea, mind you, but agreed.
Yeah, well, I think you did shoot her first.
Still not our idea.
That guy right there, he specifically shot her first. She points to Johnny.
That is unimportant. What is important here is what we do next, because
It won't be shooting. We did.
Right. We're trying to prevent some destruction to the city, which everyone has a vested interest in.
Well, no, me, I'm not
So we're
from
gonna-
here, but I understand why you care.
Right. Well, the thing is, there's still probably a vested interest for you, because we're gonna need you all, and he encompasses everybody here.
If New York disappears, where are you gonna get good Italian food?
I'm insulted. I'm genuinely insulted. Actually, wait, is she insulted? No, that's fine. That's not even funny.
I mean, you can't
So-
find better pizza outside of here.
Okay, now you're going too far. Johnny.
Yeah.
Do a yeah, I don't.
Lay it on me. I'm not doing a good thing here.
It's just give me I think it's just a resolve for you.
Just resolve. Okay.
Resolve, because any of the other things that it would be you don't really have.
I mean, that's fine.
Maybe you have a thing.
I'm not being a great right now. All right. Resolve. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. This will be rolled against the. Yeah. Johnny, you actually experience 1 health point of like pain because you're causing trouble.
Oh, interesting.
There's like you guys see a
Oh.
green glow as Johnny is like, and Bianca kind of almost like half smiles as you see this. And Johnny, you like it's like hurt, it's like serious kind of like stomach ache, like oh yeah,
Do I notice that?
you do.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Well, we have a simple favor to ask of you all. One quick job. Then we would have no more need to disturb your gathering here.
Well, what is it you want from us?
Summon Mephistopheles.
Laughter is the only answer you get to that. And she says, no. If you think the way to save your city is to summon Mephistopheles, you are making a mistake. But, I'm gonna roll for Bianca. Let's see how much of what she's seen tonight she can put together. She's not gonna be she's probably gonna get like 5 dice at this.
Okay. I have a.
Wow, okay. She has a 10.
Question.
Go for it.
Well, my question to her then is, if summoning him is not something you can do, is there a way to? I don't know. I'm used to catching a scent of a monster. Is there a devil scent? Could you sort of track that specific power?
Oh,
on
well,
someone?
yes, I see you. You want to, and kind of one of the witches who was sitting there goes, well, it's brimstone, of course. Hi. I don't want to cut in here, but it's brimstone, obviously.
Well, I mean, is it specific to like Mephistopheles? Is what I mean. Like, is there
Oh.
one way like you could zero in on his unique
Yes.
imprint on someone? And
Yes.
and track them that way.
Oh, so smell some what his influence was on? Yes. Yes. Yes.
And you can do that.
Well, I could tell you what the smell is.
Is it just brimstone?
No. But it is brimstone. But there's some more on there too.
All right, give me the notes.
You
Play
want
me a song.
you want to smell it?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that. What am I going to get in return?
Are you from here?
Yes.
Truman starts laughing at that.
We're trying to keep this city from falling into ruin. So you're helping preserve this city. So perhaps then the next time we meet out on the streets, we just walk on by. There's no trouble.
Why would there be trouble otherwise?
You not know who we are.
Yes, but and you know who we are. And you're here bound by our hospitality.
For the moment.
Well, yeah. And also, you've drunk of the witch's brew, so, you know.
No, I haven't.
Well, you haven't, but he has. And so has she.
I have.
What does that mean?
Well, you know. Anyway, you can... I know that you're powerful people. You're part of that, what do they call it, a menage a trois?
No, there's more than 3 of us.
A menage a cat? A menage a cinq?
Stank.
The menagerie.
Oh, right, I knew it was something kinky. Listen, the point is, you have money and goods and things, so you can pay for my services.
Oh, if it's money, that's sure, whatever.
Well, you're only
What do you
offering
do for
money?
money?
I'm more interested in something interesting, but I'll take money, I guess. I don't work for free. That's my point.
What would you like?
Him, she points at Deputy Fraser.
Oh, can we just... That seems fine.
Fine, take
Deal.
him. Great.
Oh. Wait, is there something wrong with him?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Then deal. Yes, absolutely. One moment. She begins to sort of do various conjurations of things.
Very affirmative. Not at all. He's great.
She kind of says, "Come here," and he kind of looks at the Countess like, "Am I supposed to go over there?" Okay. He kind of walks over and says, "Hello," and witches are like, "Oh, I like. Ooh, good jawbone." So she says, "What format do you want this in? You want a fragrance? You want ode to Mephistopheles, or are you more interested in a sort of a are you more interested in like something you can hold to compare?
A fragrance, I think.
A bottle? Very
Something-
well. I think we
Something
can.
I can just take a sniff of when I need to.
She kind of does some sort of spell nonsense, as if brewing something, and she grabs a vial and then she opens it up and kind of, out of the ether suddenly there seems to be this fragrant thing. You all do get a whiff of sort of brimstone, but it has other things on it as well. And she captures it and bottles it and hands it to you, Johnny, and says, "The deal is done."
Can I ask you a question, DM?
Sure.
Storyteller.
And sure, him too.
ST.
ST. Would you say the relationship between witches and the menagerie is akin to, say, street level gangs and the mafia?
Yeah, that's a good
Is
question.
there a power difference, and to what degree?
It strikes me more as a difference of like what's a way to do it? It almost feels more like but it's not quite as antagonistic. It doesn't have to be antagonistic. It can be. I'd almost think of it as like is it I'm trying to think if it's better to put it in terms of like countries or something, or government agencies even, like
Okay.
the witches are much more sort of clandestine. They're sort of like they're doing weird stuff in the shadows for their own reasons. Sometimes they'll work with a menagerie, sometimes they'll work with normal governments. They're not trying to take over the world the way most monsters are. You guys are really trying to we want to run the world. The witches are kind of ready to run the shadows in their own way. They're also
Okay.
significantly more decentralized than you. Perhaps mafia and street level gangs is a good thing, but there also isn't. what makes it tricky is there's not always direct competition.
My
9 times out of 10, you guys aren't competing for the same thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. My question would be like, can we lean on them? Will that be effective or not?
You probably don't think you could lean on them. You could. The stuff you're saying totally makes sense. Like, this city's going to be in trouble if we don't. But you certainly don't have any, like...
So we couldn't, like, pressure, like, threaten to, like, destroy this forest grove or...
Oh,
like...
you absolutely could do that, but then you'd be declaring war on some witches, and that's a new headache.
Gotcha.
Like, you don't... Yeah, it's you don't have... But you have no, like, authority. You have no... You know, they operate here because witches do what they want to do where they go. And provided they're not actively disrupting your stuff, which they tend not to be, you know, you don't pick fights with them, sort of a thing.
I've been watching a lot of lawyer shows, so
I get
like
it,
everything's always antagonistic,
Yeah,
but like never seriously
yeah.
so
Yeah.
just getting my head straight on. Okay.
This is more seldom antagonistic, but when it is, seriously so. How about that? Opposite of a lawyer show.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. In any case, she gives you this bottle, and Johnny, yes, if you take an immediate scent of it, the sulfur, the sort of brimstone on it, that seems to be a new component that maybe you can recall smelling when the Ravaging was in full swing, when he was in full devil mode. But some of the other hints of it, you actually do feel like you might have gotten on that guy for the brief moment you were near him in the park. That sort of, and you've also gotten a scent of him as he's been traveling. There's kind of like, there's like a strange woody kind of, almost like cedar, like a very fragrant wood, but a tree you've never smelled before.
Old Spice.
Old Spice. There also seems to be kind of a sweetness of fruit, like a pomegranate. Something kind of intriguing. And last is a metallic scent on there as well. Copper, gold. That sort of thing.
Alright. Bianco, something just occurs to me.
Yes.
Since you're all very knowledgeable here,
Uh-huh.
does Mephistopheles have an enemy or a rival?
Well, there are some other, devils who they compete with. I would say, if you think of an enemy, there is probably, she points up. There is probably someone up there who is a more direct enemy.
God doesn't exist.
Oh, no, of course, everyone laughs. Of course there's no God, but unfortunately there are the angels, and those guys are fuckers. So, so there probably is one, but he might have a rival or two. I'll give her a roll to see if she knows that. She has a couple more dice on this. That explodes, that explodes. And that's a 9, so that's 5. She says, okay. Let's just go to the list of devils from ba-da-ba-ba-dum-bum. Who are some roll me a d20, someone who has a d20 handy.
Oh, I don't have one.
Understood. That'll be on Jed.
18.
18. All right. Ooh. Never heard of this one, but we'll go for it. Oh, it's from Agrippa. It's so Mephistopheles is known to have one rival of a that we see. It is Tisiphone. Tisiphone. But it's spelled with a C at the beginning, because it's cool. C-T. Tisiphone. No, just Tisiphone. Tisiphone.
Sissy phone?
No, Tisiphone.
I don't hear the difference between what I'm saying and what you're saying.
I know you don't. The point is, that is definitely a big rival.
Okay.
Tisiphone.
And that's an angel or a devil?
Oh no, a devil. One of
Is that
the,
what
last
you
questions
said?
for you.
at least according to Agrippa. You can ask another question. We're all having
How
a
do you-
good time here.
Great. How do you kill a devil? Or someone possessed by a devil?
Oh, well, the second one is much easier than the first.
Well, let's
Um,
start with that.
You'd probably, you do best. So, you would need to either use stronger devil magic, more potent hellfire, or you would need to use sort of, divine light, but you don't want to touch that stuff. It's going to hurt you as much as it hurt them.
Those are the only two options.
No, if you have, you I'm sure understand the sort of the true damage, so that can do it. But, they're going to have a lot of defense against it.
Right. All right. And tell me about DeLuca.
Oh, Lucas
that
Saint
even the right
Delacroix.
name?
Yeah, Lucas Saint Delacroix.
That's the one.
All I know is that when she hired us, it was I was sort of confused. Then Magnus was interested in such a thing. That, I know it's been a while, that should definitely be a real eyebrow raiser to all of you.
What? It wasn't so.
Understood. Yes. You
Repeat it,
said,
okay.
what can you tell us about Luca, who, if you recalled, is a mercenary,
Mhm.
and you all assumed was there as protection for these wealthy.
Oh, it's right that she was hired by them.
She just said, I was very surprised when Magnus had her hire us.
She hired them.
What did she hire you for?
She just wanted us to we were to go to an old a former lodge built by some hammers, which we thought that was fun, and we were to just have a party, and if we were to sort of just hold a rave, drum up some business. I think she said there might be some people coming to it later who might be interested in
Wow.
what we had, but it was when we found this man sort of stumbling around and brought him in, and we could tell he was a monster like you. It seemed kind of like our lucky day.
Well, this is interesting. You were asking why you should help us. It's because you got played for fools.
Well, maybe Magnus and Saskia were play for fools. I'm still alive.
Right. Oh, I guess there's no love lost about your friends that are dead.
I miss
Oh.
them, but I can form a new coven.
Well, it's too bad. Luca paid you all for Patsy's. She paid you all there so that we would assume you were behind the ravaging that took place.
The ravaging, that's when the man get a big.
Yes.
But you do not think this,
Not anymore.
Well, all I know is she had deals with Magnus before. She was a mercenary, so I guess she was probably a middle woman for someone who. But I do not know who would have been hiring her to hire us. But Magnus said he liked the money, and he liked to come to New York City, to the subpar Italian food they have here, and we can try to sort of do what we do. And it was
Well,
fun until
maybe-
it wasn't.
Maybe I should let me give you some advice that maybe you would spread to the rest of your witch compadres.
We're listening, yeah?
Luca is clearly not to be trusted. She hired you all literally just to die. Maybe next time don't take her calls.
Well, I don't like that so much. At this point, your PDA gets a ping.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I think I might have got a message from Mephi.
You do, in fact, have a message left.
What does it say?
It simply...
This is so big and unwieldy, by
It
the way.
really
Like,
is.
It's
Yeah, it's good.
really,
Um,
really awkward.
all that says in response is an address. An address.
Don't say Staten Island.
Oh, it's not Staten Island. It's much more obvious than that. Here in Manhattan, Hell's Kitchen.
Of course.
It just gives you an address. It's not as obvious as 666, but it adds up to 666.
Sure.
No. That's the sign.
Oh, and it is. I forgot to say, and it is signed. And this is wild to you, Truman. It has a symbol below it that is not in any of the Unicode symbols you're familiar with.
So
Somehow,
it's not just like emoji. I mean, not emoji. What's it called?
it's not ASCII art. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
There's a
Is it Prince?
symbol.
Is it Prince?
It's like the Prince symbol, but different because it's whatever the Mephistopheles symbol is.
Them with horns.
Probably.
Well,
That's it. We're just gonna walk in and go like this, and we'll be in. It'll be fine. I guess we have another appointment to keep.
no. It's like rock and roll dreams do come true.
Okay.
This is the real hot stepper. Shall we, it looks like we have an appointment.
I'll just down the rest of my witch's brew. Set down the table, stand
Very
up.
good. All right.
And I'll just look at Bianca and think, if you haven't tried Lombardi's, you have to try Lombardi's. It's the best pizza in the city. Best pizza in the world.
Best pizza in the world. No.
Boy. Johnny, do another, what is it?
Resolve?
Resolve.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'll spend some will to roll.
Try to re-roll something? Okay.
Just re-roll 2. Just 2 7s. That sucks. 1 success.
Okay. Go ahead and, I mean, it doesn't matter because you'll regenerate, but you do take 4 more damage from just, like, the pain of this. You guys see, like, Johnny, like, doing, like, causing trouble as Bianca's just, like, shaking her head, sort of, but smiling.
It's just true. I'm not causing trouble.
He continues taking more as you guys, like, crawl out. The other thing, though, is that Johnny, so as you guys, are you leaving?
Yeah.
As you step out.
I go, regulators, mount up.
Okay. As you guys step out, you all see that green energy again, like as you pass, almost like leaving you, as if you are now, as you're departing, so you're not causing trouble. So whatever agreements or things you'd said are no longer over you. However, Johnny and Countess, you two feel a tremendous. Countess, did you finish your witch's brew, or did you just drink, kind of sip at it?
No, I just sipped at it.
You probably don't feel it as intensely, but like you and Johnny both feel kind of like a shiver up your spine as you walk away. Some kind of like the feeling of like a bare tree branch kind of scraping against a window.
You two okay?
Yeah, it's probably nothing.
All right. Well,
You know,
hopefully
you
they
just get
don't.
one of those. You know, when you get one of those like just random shivers. My mom always said that was someone walking on your grave in the future.
No.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Well, hopefully those brews don't sabotage us.
Okay.
That was it. That's the last
that,
pun.
that really
That's the
took me
cue
a
to-
second. Yeah.
That's the cue to the helicopter.
Yeah, it's it plays sabotage. You guys get
Cut to us in the
Yeah.
helicopter.
So at that point, as you guys fly, are we heading to Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
Then very good. Then as the helicopter flies to Hell's Kitchen, that is where we'll end this episode with sabotage. Wow.
Listen, all y'all. It's a sabotage.
Sabotage.
Wow.
I definitely want to try and hire a new helicopter pilot named Kenneth, by the way.
Also,
yeah,
just,
what
just
the
for the,
frequency is.
No.
Just for the
no,
record,
Why would I do that?
just for the record,
Oh no.
I've never eaten at Lombardi's. I have no strong opinion about Lombardi's. I just know that they're the oldest pizzeria in New York.
There you go. You're fine. You're fine.
Mhm.
Johnny has city pride, as he should. Just don't say that to a European. Although weirdly, I think I've said this before, the best pizza I've had in my entire life, and I've had a lot of very good pizza, including in like some Italian pizza that was amazing. Best pizza I had was weirdly in Nice, France. It was a clam pizza, just like
Nope.
straight out of the ocean. Oh my god. No, mussels. It was mussels, not clams. Oh my god, it was so good. No?
I'm very.
I'm
I refuse
throwing
to
up in my
believe it.
scarf.
You don't like mussels?
No.
I love mussels, but on a pizza it does seem strange.
It had
but
almost no cheese. It probably was more like a mussel flatbread, and like it was like you like pick it up and fold it
That
because the
sounds good.
mussels were just like falling off of it. Oh my god. Whatever they're like the very light tomato. Oh my, it was the best thing.
that sounds good.
It was delicious.
Yeah, I mean,
Can we
Giordano's
just
for
have
me,
one
but
campaign where all we do is it's a
Eat?
pizza campaign?
Pizza campaign? Sure.
I mean, on Monday nights, Anna, we have our own restaurant. We have 3 cooks.
They do have cooks. In their crafting thing, they have 3 cooks in their place because they do like client dinners.
Yeah, we have our own pub. That's part of our business.
I like this establishment.
That's fun stuff. MEI, that's the name of it. Magical Equipment Incorporated.
Yeah.
It's an REI pun, is what that was. And,
Yeah.
none of us got that
Is it-
until later. Yeah.
Is it a co-op?
It is.
Kind of. Yeah, actually, between the five
Member owned?
founders. Yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you so much. This was very exciting. Thank you for, and I'm glad we got some more New York things in and some 1994 things in, and golly, this one's, and I'm glad we got to talk about the Beatles so much. That was fun. Well, thank you. Please, join us for some of our other games. We're back this week with a few more things. Tomorrow night we will have a Dreamlands Theater of the Mind, where we will be revisiting MEI, we were just talking about. Our crafting, magical crafting D&D. We don't have a game on Wednesday, but that will return fairly soon. But then on Friday night, we will have another one of our Arkham Preludes, which have been, the first 2 were very fun. So I urge you guys to check that out if you like a more sort of, this is a pretty silly kind of horror adjacent game. That is a much more grounded, like actually horror kind of Call of Cthulhu stuff, and those have been going really well so far. So join us for that. And then a week from tonight, back with more of this. Back with more of this craziness. You can go to our Discord to interact with us, including to vote on the MEI item being crafted. You can go to our YouTube to watch old episodes and go to the wiki to see all these games intersect. And also, please follow these wonderful people as they do the things they do. Would anyone like to plug anything of what you guys are up to?
You know me. You know me. It's what we do.
It's reasonable.
If anybody's in the Washington, D.C. area, I will be at Bold Forks Books, signing books, on January 15th.
Wow.
And then I will be hightailing it out of Washington, D.C., my hometown, to get out of there before the inauguration starts.
Wow, I didn't know that was your
Yeah.
hometown. Also,
Oh, I didn't know that DC
I know.
round up.
Sure is.
DC proper, or were you in
Arlington, yeah, pretty close. Yeah,
Arlington? Very cool.
Arlington.
Um,
So yeah, come hang out with me, Washingtonia.
also buy Anna's sauces. They're
Yeah.
every single one of them is incredible.
Thanks, friend.
Yeah.
Big
Bucks.
fan. And I will do Manzukis, and I'm not sure how it's going to go over. I don't know if I've done this in the past. It's not on my list, but it is a witch. It is a movie about witches. It feels appropriate. It is, I believe, from 2017.
Okay.
It is called Witch Hunt. It is written and directed by one
Oh,
Philip Schaefer.
yeah, that's true.
It's on Amazon.
It is on Amazon. That's true. It's
You
no
can watch it
longer
right now.
It's no longer free on Amazon though, which is a bummer.
But if you want to throw $3, of which I think Philip will see a penny or two.
Probably something like that. Yeah. I still do get the
Philip, are you
smallest.
in it?
No, I wrote and directed it.
Oh, that's your movie.
That's my
Oh.
movie. Yeah.
But
Then I definitely
Aaron,
watch it.
Aaron
and
is
Mel
in
are-
it. Aaron is
And
in
Mel
it,
is as
however.
well.
And as is Mel from our Wednesday game as well. Are both
That's
in it.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a fun
Yeah.
movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It's an interesting one. It was it's made for a budget, y'all. So there you go.
Yeah, it's it's all set and set.
It's all
out,
in
and
one place in that
It's
kind
all
of way.
in one apartment, and it's
Yeah.
it's fun.
Oh, thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
That's awesome. I didn't know you wrote and directed a movie.
Oh.
I'm very impressed.
Oh,
In fact,
there you go.
I'm gonna.
Oh, you could.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
guess you could find the. I have not. Yeah, it used to be. It was on Amazon like for free, which was cool. We got
There
like
is a
people could just watch
massive-
it.
right.
Oh, there's a
Just
huge
click
link.
there.
But now
a
it's
huge lick, but I'll take you right there.
But now it's kind of you have to. I guess you have to rent it
I
because
pay. It's a bargain. It's a bargain.
we
You
weren't.
can buy it for $10.
We weren't. We were. I don't think we were generating them enough money for them to keep us on Prime. Is how it works.
Surprised you haven't been moved over to Freevee. Oh, I guess they're discontinuing Freevee.
Oh yeah,
so-
they are.
Is that the Opera House, Truman?
That's the Met.
That's the Met.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, very
that's
cool.
a-
Yeah. Well, that certainly is a thing to check out, and it is a witch thing. Well, very good. Yeah, Tubi would be perfect. Well, thank you all so much for being here tonight. We will see you next time. Until then, just remember, the monster is loose.